Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Madasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Madasya Padma Padam cha hastamalakam cha shishyam tam todakam vartikakaaramanyan asmadgurun santatamanatosmi shruti smriti purananam alayam karunalayam namami bhagavad padam shankaram loka shankaram shankaram shankaracharyam keshavam badarayanam sutrabhashya krutau vande bhagavantau punah punah Namastajan Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidparam Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padam Bhujanmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. So we are in 218, we read again, 218, 6th chapter. Uttamadama bhavaschet tesham syadastu tena kim swapnasya vikshabhyan na buddhas prishyate kalu. When you say yoga, yogis and other philosophers like Buddha, Buddhist philosophy, they also have their own philosophy to explain everything, and they also seem to have had their experiences of bliss, Anand. So, would you like to say that their standpoints are wrong? Is it not there are Uttama, Adama, Bhavaschet? If you are saying there are people who are those who have the Uttama Drishti of the Jnanam, Adama Drishti, Madhyama Drishti, Ityadi. So, Tesham, what about their Ananda that they experienced in the seat of meditation or Samadhi, so to say, without the knowledge of Vedanta? Do they think that they really did not have the experience? So here he says, Tesham syad astu, let there be their own fields of experience of joy, tena kim. See, even sleep is a good experience for all of us. Right? Nobody wants to, sacrifice sleep for too long. You can spare, you can give up everything else, but not sleep. Because that experience of sleep, does it mean that one has become Uttama Adhikari? Your standpoint of reality of the truth is genuine because I had my sleep, which is very deep. So too, out of misunderstanding also people can have quietude of the mind. But it is like a person who is dreaming and having various pleasures of life. Swapnastha Rajya Vikshabhyam. Swapnastha. Swapnastha means in the state of dream, where a person is becoming a king or a person is a bhikshu. That na buddha kadasprishyate. A man of knowledge is unaffected by any amount of differences of experiences people had in their own fields of philosophies. Even people would say, in general, when they see a sadhu, they do not have, the experience of the family, and then the relationship, and then the marriages, and then celebrations, and all those, what do you call that? Engagement ceremony, reception, and then Shanti. What is that called? They put do before the. No. Udaka Shanti. No. Huh? The dance and all they do before the marriage. Huh? Sangeet, this. I get utterly bored with this all. Because I know, somebody you don't enjoy. You enjoy. I have nothing to do with this. Because see, so you say, oh, you're all missing out. You're not nothing missing out here. Oh, once you understand the false nature of things, these things are there. It doesn't really appeal to a person. So let it be so. Swapnastarajya bhikshabhyam. It is like those which are experienced in the dream. How can it ever affect a person who has woken up? Na buddha kalup sprashyate. One who has woken up is not affected by that. So in this way, they are continuing here. What then? He said that about these people who are arguing with limited knowledge, there's no need to spend time with them. Don't take them too seriously. What should the mumukshu do then? Said in 2019 here. Tasman mumukshu birnaiva madir jivesha vadayoho karya kintu brahma tattvam vicharyam buddhyatam chatat tasmat mumukshubirnaiva madirjivesha vadayoho karya kintu brahma tattvam vicharyam buddhyatam chatat mumukshubihi na eva tasmat mati karyam. So, what is the karya which should be done other than that? What is that one should not engage in? It's very interesting. He says, Jiva isha vadayoho na matihi. Na eva matihi. Karya. Na matihi na karya. Karya mati being feminine. Na mati na karya. Why? See, because in this only there are so many different opinions. What is the nature of Jiva? What are the characteristics of Jiva? What is the distinction between Jiva and Ishvara? Or what is the relationship or the common factors of Jiva and Ishvara? About that, there are so Visishtadvaita, then Dvaita, Adivisishtadvaita, all sort of things are there. So, Jiva and Ishvara Vada should be taken up only at the level of to understand both of them are creation of Maya. This is the standpoint of Vedanta. Because there is Ekameva Tudiyam Sat. So, Jiva and Ishvara are what then? Maya Kritam Eva. Therefore, na karya matihi. Tasmat mumukshubhihi na karya jiva ishadayoho ishavadayoho na matihi karya. Kintu, on the other hand, Brahma tattvam vicharyam. What one should engage in understanding what is the nature of Brahman, which appearing to be so as Jiva, as of many multiple thousands and millions of various forms, each form as though different from each other form, yet one should understand it is only it's like a reflection of sun taking place in many bowls of water does not mean there are many sunlights. So to the Brahman, due to the variety created by Maya, it appears to be so many jivas. And obviously when so many jivas are supposed to have been created, there must be some Ishvara there. So Jiva Ishvara Vadayoho na matihi karya kintu Brahma tattvam vicharyam. Tat buddhyatam. Understand that. So this is the focus of Vedanta. So, when we have this clarity in mind, there are many people who are worshipping many different gods, many schools of philosophy. Vedanta doesn't object at all. Because these are all preparations. These are all getting ready to understand the highest. Whichever way you come, accept it. And provided it is correct. It is correct in the sense you are moving towards finally the final part of it. If you are stuck in between, so if you are going to a shop to buy something, you have a list of things to buy, but instead of buying those things in the list, you buy anything else and getting so many things in your cart. But when you come home, your wife asks, so did you buy everything? Everything. Show me. The list has nothing to do with what you bought. That's why I said, I will I will have to go. So in the same way, here, whatever be the other things that you may explain, understand, everything else, but the main purpose is lost. Are you free at the end of it? So here, karya, na karya, kintu brahma tattvam vicharyam, buddhyatam chatat. That alone to be recognized and realized. And that oneness, the one alone is there when it is understood. All other things are seen as swapnavat mithya. So this world also, jagradabi swapnavat pashyet. That's what Mandukya would say. Jagradabi swapnavat pashyet. May you see the world of waking also like that. There is no difference actually. Sansara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha. Swabhote, swakale satyavadvadi prabodhe sati asat bhavet. The world of experience is similar to that of dream, filled with likes and dislikes. During the time of experience, it looks so real. Swakale satyavadvadi prabodhe sati asat bhavet. When you wake up only, one realizes, what I took it so seriously is not there at all. So therefore, a mumukshu should not seriously engage in Isha Jiva Vada. Though he himself has explained so much, only to show this is to counter the arguments brought by the other philosophers and knowing correctly what Ishvara hai, what Jiva is, and that is the reason why these are all taken up seriously and explained. So now, all the doubts etc. that are raised is to only finally understand Brahman. That's why he says in the next verse, Purva pakshataya tau chet. Purva pakshataya tau chet. Tattva nischaya hetutam. Tattva nischaya hetutam. Prapnutostu nimajjasva. Prapnutostu nimajjasva. Tayornaitavata vashaha. Tayornaitavata vashaha. Purva pakshataya tau chet. Tattva nischaya hetutam. Prapnutostu nimajjasva tayornitavata vashaha. If somebody says, these kind of Jiva Ishvara Vada and are all necessary for us to understand Brahman, Purva Pakshataya Tau. Tau means Jiva Ishvarao. Purva Pakshataya Tau Chet. Tattva nischaya hetutam. They are useful means. Hetu here means or cause, a way of understanding what is the tattva. So Isha, Ishvara, who is Ishvara, what is his role, how is a creator, what is the connection with the jiva, and how the jiva is a created, or jiva has the qualities of Ishvara. All that thing is it not necessary for us to understand what is Brahman? Purvapakshataya tau chet, in case if somebody brings that doubt, tattva nishchayetutam. So, astu. Let it be so, according to you. Tattva nischay hetu, if you say it is for means to understand the real tattva of Brahman, because earlier words is talked about what? Brahma tattvam vicharyam. ये ब्रह्म विचार के लिए ये व्यवहाद ईश्वर कौन है इत्यादि वो सब इसमें we have to engage in that, is it not? Astu, let it be so. But tayoho, what's that? Ishvara jiva vadayo, Ishvara jivau tayoho, Ishvara jivayoho, Ishvara jiva. Yeah. So Ishvara jivas, these two are engaging in the argument about jiva and Ishvara. Etavata tayoho na etavata vasha na nimajjasva. Etavata, meaning in this kind of mere arguments, helplessly do not get drowned. Because there is no end to this. Because if the visible world which is perceived depends upon the perceiver's knowledge, right? If I say this is let us say this is silver tumbler, when I say, you accept it. Somebody would say, yes, it's a silver tumbler. Somebody would say, you don't know what kind of a silver it is. So it's not a genuine silver. It is actually a substandard silver. So you can go on like that, so therefore you should not say it is silver. You have to say substandard silver. How much you can go like this? Similarly, about Ishvara, about Jiva, there can be so many standpoints, and each one of them then can prove according to their way of arguing. You cannot, that's why he said, you never argue with the fool, because he will bring you down to his level and then he will win, because he is an expert in that. About foolishness, he is an expert. They will bring him to his level and then argue. So, tayoho avashaha etavata avashaha na nimajjasva. Do not. So, tesham hetutam prapnutah. Prapnutah should be to the previous line. So, if somebody argues it is meant to obtain what? Tattva nischaya hetutam prapnutah. For this or for the sake of arriving at the tattva nischaya, maybe so, but do not get caught up in the whirlpool of arguments. Naisha tarkena matirapaniya. Do not ever get into the arguments unnecessarily. So, these analysis about Ishvara and Jiva may be necessary, but one should not get lost in that. That's what it is said, no? Shastra Vasana also is a great danger. Because it may look very interesting. After all, I am not thinking about Vishaya. I am not thinking about the unnecessary worldly matters. I am talking only Shastra vichar kar raha hu. Usme bhi doob jata hai. There itself one will get lost. Because there are, the words it is said. Shabda jalam maharanyam chitta brahmana karanam. Shabda jalam, it is only the word magics, or the jala means the net of words. Maharanyam, it is a huge forest. Chitta brahmana karanam, it only dilutes the mind. So a mumukshu is leaving aside all other unnecessary arguments, etc. One should continuously, genuinely engage in the inquiry into the nature of Brahman, the self. Now, continuing that here in verse number 21. Asanga chit vibhur jivaha Sankyoktastadragishvaraha Yogoktastattvamorartau Shuddho tavidite shrunu Asangachit vibhur jivaha Sankyoktastadragishvaraha Yogoktastattvamorartau Shuddho tavidite shrunu. A Purva Pakshi is one, interestingly, he would take whatever is convenient for us to argue. He would not stick to one thing. Usually Purva Pakshis are those who want to prove you wrong. Sometimes they go to Buddhism and then say, that's what it says. If you argue anything, okay, what about Sankhyan? But they say like that. Oh, is that okay? What about Dvaitins? They say this. So they keep on moving. What is there, your standpoint? No, I have no standpoint. I just want to argue to make sure that this Vedanta is wrong. So, it is often seen that people who argue, I was just thinking on the other day, very beautifully Guruji had made this statement. He said, people say God is not there and argue that God is not there. Huh? Pavan hai nahi. They go upon arguing. Do you need to argue about something which is not there? Huh? जो है ही नहीं उसके बारे में क्यों सोचूं? I am proving to you that you don't have horns. I accept it. There's no point in arguing. So what is argued is what is unseen or unknown, not there. What is unseen or unknown is what I do not know or I have not seen. Therefore, I say it is not there. Until you show me that it is and it can be known. About something which does not exist, and you don't need to argue about that. The very argument proves that you are not sure about it. Right? So Purva Pakshi is one who does not want to take up a standpoint. His intention is to prove that what is Vedanta is saying as Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, that I want to prove wrong. So he keeps moving. And if you also keep moving with him, as I said, he will drag you here and there and you will be lost. So here it is said that even Sankyans do talk about the Jiva or here Purusha as Asanga. Asanga Chit is a Purusha, according to Sankhyan also, is of the nature of consciousness. And according to them, the Sankyans, the Jiva is Asangaha, is not really connected to matter. He connects to matter only to experience matter. But the Sankhyan system does not accept Brahman. Sankhyan system, Anishwaravadaha, they do not either accept Ishvaraha, forget about what they are accepting Brahman anyway. So Sankyans explain the nature of Jiva, and there are one section of Sankyans who accept Ishvara also. They're called Seshvara Sankyans. So they say Asanga, Chit, and Vibhuhu. Vibhuhu means here the Jiva as individuals as well as collectively also they are, Vibhuhu means Vyapaka. It's a Sarva Vyapaka. As it is the case of Ishvara. So, Asanga Chit Vibhuhu Jivaha Sankhya Yuktaha Tadrik Ishvaraha. Vedanta must accept Sankhya doctrine that Jiva and Ishvara are associationless, pure consciousness, and eternal. And yoga, the path of yoga, which is Patanjali yoga, also yoga yukta tattva moho. Yoga yukta means here Sankhya yoga, this it is considered to be understood as those who followed the pure yoga marga, where there is yama, niyama, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, dhyanam, and then samadhi. In that, in the niyama, yama, niyama, they are all talk about Ishvara Pranipada also. So here, if it is said that yogas are also, yoga is also, yoga philosophy also speaks about the nature of Jiva and nature of Ishvara, both of them having similar qualities. Asanga, Chit, Vibhuhu. Then, Tat, Tva, Moho, Artau. The meaning of Tat and Tvam. Tattva Moho, Tat and Tvam. So it to be taken as a dual number. Tattva Moho. So, Yoga Uktaha. Tattva Moho Artau. Tattva Moho of the Tattva Masi Vakya. Meaning of Tat and Tvam. And Shuddhau Artau. There. What is that Shuddha Artha? The actual import, not the Vakyartha, Lakshyartha. So Shuddha Artho also is pointing out that only, is it not? Tau iti chet. What is that the Tattvamasi Vakya says? Tat representing Ishvara. Tvam is Jiva. And Tattvam Asi, when it is said, the qualities or the nature of Tat Ishvara and nature of Jiva is one and the same. This is what your Tattvamasi also Vedanta says. This is exactly what Yoga also says. This is what the Sankhyanas say. Saishvara Sankhyanas. So where is the problem with you? Why you are not accepting Sankhyanas and Yoga as they are also talking the same reality which you are talking about? This is a doubt. So there is looking at clearly from the standpoint of the Purvapakshi, it looks like, yeah, he's right actually. Whatever Tattvamasi, Lakshyartha is what? Lakshyartha is Tat eva Tvam, Tvam eva Tat. So Jivaha eva Ishvaraha, really speaking in essence, and Ishvara eva Jivaha. Okay, so Ishvara Jivavada proves that their real nature is one and the same. So it appears to be correct, no? So that is Asanga, detached, Chit, consciousness, and Vibhuhu. This appear to be, therefore, saying the same thing. How are you saying that they are not correct from the standpoint of Vedanta? Iti chet shrunu. If you think they are right, their argument is right, now you listen. Verse number 222. Na tattva moru bhavartau asmat siddhantatam gatau advaita bodhanayaiva sa kaksha kachidishyate na tattva moru bhavartau asmat siddhantatam gatau advaita bodhanayaiva sa kaksha kachidishyate. The Yoga and Sankhya philosophy do not accept Jiva equal to Ishvara or Ishvara equal to Jiva. They have same characteristics, but they are not same. They are not equal to each other. There are limitations based upon the upadhis. See, even though Ishvara, the qualities of Ishvara is found in Jiva also, all the qualities as such. But he is not act like Ishvara because Upadhi is not there. Right? Alpa Shaktiman, Alpa Kaya, Alpa Buddhi. So you cannot say Ishvara equal to Jiva or Jiva is equal to Ishvara. They don't accept that point. But the qualities of Ishvara is there in the qualities of Jiva. Not the other way around. So it is like saying that spark has the qualities of the fire. There is no doubt about that. It can also burn. But can the spark equal to fire? Fire is expressing itself as small sparks. And it has absolutely the same quality. Quality in the form of burning ability, light, everything is there. But you cannot say spark equal to fire. That is not right. So they do not accept that they both are one and the same. They still keep, otherwise why do two names even? This is the first point. But what is the standpoint of, so that's why it says, na tattvamoho ubau artau. Their standpoint of, they are not of the same quality. So asmat siddhantatam gatau. This is even though they equate tat and tvam, but not the way Vedantins do. For example, I have a left hand, I have a right hand. Are they same? Why didn't call left and right? But is it not true? It belongs to one. It belongs to whom? Me. It is my hand only, my left hand, my right hand. So left hand and right hand, even though they appear to be different, but after all, they are both hands only. They also have 5 fingers, they also have 5 fingers. They have a palm, they also have. This has a rekha, this also has. This is one is for holding, this is also holding. This was grabbing, this was grabbing. This was catching, this was catching. But they forget one thing. What? These two are pointing out the one. That is what is Vedanta standpoint. Na tattvamohu ubhau artho asmat siddhantadam gadau. Not from the standpoint the way we talk about the artha of tat and tvam. Advaita bodhanaya eva. The non-dual nature of Brahman is what is to be understood. When non-dual nature of Brahman is understood, kaha Ishvaraha, kaha Jivaha. Where is this the Ishvara? Where is the Jiva? When there is only one without a second. So that is why earlier cautioned it has to be taken with such a small pinch of salt. They are used for a purpose of bringing about the understanding is one appearing as the two and not two different things. Advaita bodhanaya eva sa kaksha kachit ishyate. So the Advaita bodhanaya eva, for the sake of understanding the nature of Brahman as non-dual. So sa kaksha meaning a part or a step. Sa, this whatever they are talking about their vada is only a kaksha. Kaksha, one meaning is room, another meaning is it is giving room for moving towards that Advaita. So kachit ishyate, it is for that purpose alone. They appear as the step towards recognizing the non-dual nature of Brahman in the absence of the upadhis of the Jiva and Ishvara. They point out to Brahman only. In the absence of upadhis, kaha Jivaha, kaha Ishvaraha, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvajnaha, Sarvavit, Ishvaraha. Sarva when you say it is upadhi. Alpa when you say that is also upadhi. Upadhi vilaye, only the upadhi is removed, then you will see kaha Ishwaraha, kaha Jivaha then. There is no Ishvara there. It is like a pot, it's a mud. When does it become pot? Because of the shape, particular form. When the form is removed, it's mud only. Upadhi vilaye, ekatvam ja gachati. One alone, all the parts there. When you remove the upadhi of the shape and the form, then what remains is only one. So too, Jiva Ishvara are presently referred as Jiva and Ishvara. Only with respect to their individual upadhis, they appear to be different and they have the same or similar qualities. But they don't come to a point of recognizing the removal of upadhi. Lakshyartha is correct. See, the person whom I saw in Delhi and the person whom I see now are one and the same. How do you say? It's the same person. No doubt about it. The name is also same, form is also same. And then he's also, say, father and mother are the same. His brother and sister are the same. So everything is the same. Then what is the difference? Desha Kala there and Desha Kala here. And also the body shape and then whatever changes that has taken place in his body, etc. But these changes are when they are seen as the causing the differences, appearing, making it appear two different things. When I do the Lakshyartha and I realize that the same person whom I saw there 20 years back in another place is the same person here. Up to that point they have come. Yoga and Sankhya have come to the point of Jivasya Gunaha and Aishwarasya Gunaha both are same only in essentially. But Upadhi Vilaya, how does it take place? How do they remove the Upadhis? What Vedanta says, ये मिथ्या है, right? ईश्वरत्वम अपि मिथ्या, जीवत्वम अपि मिथ्या. This they won't accept. Then they have to consider this world as a mithya. So this is the standpoint of Vedanta. They arrive, there's a ksa, kaksha, kachit. These are a step towards that. What Lakshyartha of Tat and Lakshyartha Tvam, until that point they have come. They have understood that what it indicates, the word Tat, and what the Tvam word indicates is the pure consciousness, which has the Satchidananda Lakshan. These are all understood. But their Upadhi removal. So that's why in the next verse he talks about that. Anadi Mayaya Bhrantaha Jiveshau Suvilakshanau Manyante Tatvayudhas Tadvyudhasaya Kevalam Shodhanam Tayoho Anadi Mayaya Bhrantaha Jiveshau Suvilakshanau Manyante Tadyudasaya Kevalam Shodhanam Tayoho. Anadi Mayaya Bhrantaha. Bhrantaha, those who are completely confused. By what? Because of what? Anadi Mayaya. The Maya which is Anadi, which is beginningless. And what is the confusion here? Jiva Isho Suvilakshanau Manyante. So, based upon the Upadhi, which is what you call unfalsifiable, because falsification of Upadhi is by knowledge. Of what? Of knowing that the Upadhi, even though appears to be there, but not there. How do we arrive at that? Brahma Satyam Tat Vyatiriktam Sarvam Mithya Anityam Asatyam. So this standpoint of Vedanta, therefore, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, Tat Vyatiriktam Kinchit, na Kinchit Asti. Nothing is there. But there they do not recognize the false nature of the Upadhis. Therefore, they maintained the Vilakshana. The difference between Ishvara and Jiva, they maintain it. Even dualists maintain that. Dvaitins will maintain that. Otherwise, their whole structure will collapse, including Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, everybody. Is it not that they maintain that Jiva is Jiva, Ishvara is Ishvara? Jiva can reach Ishvara. Jiva can worship Ishvara. Jiva is getting grace from Ishvara. All right. And Ishvara will help you realize that also, that who you are. All right. Still, therefore, he says here, Tau Brantaha Jiva Ishau Suvilakshano. Sushtu Vilakshano. Surely they both are different based upon their upadhis. Influenced by the beginningless Maya, people think the Jiva and Ishvara are totally different from each other. So, to understand the oneness of them and recognize that they both are appearances created by Maya alone, on the Brahman it is projected on. So therefore, Tad Yudasaya, for the sake of removal of that, to eliminate it, eliminate what? Eliminate the wrong belief that Jiva and Ishvara are Suvilakshana. Both of them are different from each other. Sat Yudasaya. So Manyante will go with the previous line. Huh? So Anadi Mayaya Brantaha Jiva Isho Suvilakshana Manyante. You think that these two are different. Tat Vidasaya Kevalam Dayoho Shodhanam. Kevalam. Dayoho Shodhanam Kevalam. We have to purify that understanding. Purify understanding means bring a clarity into that. Shodhanam here to be understood as two ways. One is to bring clarity, another is to inquire. Shodhanam is also inquiry. Manashodhana, when you say purity of mind, Manashodhana means inquire the nature of the mind also. That's why in Malayalam language, Chodyam. Chodyam means to question. In Tamil it becomes Sodhanai. Sodhanai means to analyze. Sodhanai also means Aro also in Tamil, but that's Sodhanai. That is not so. Parisodhanai. No, Parisodhanai, when you use the word Pariksha, it is about examining. You think Malayalam is Parisodhanai? Huh? Same. So it is to examine, inquire, find out what it is. So here, Tayoho Shodhanam Kevalam. What is to be done is to engage in the question of it, and for that purpose, Kevalam here means for that purpose alone we take up seriously understanding or take the vada of what is Jiva, what is Ishvara and all that. Not to take them to be real. Once you take them to be real, you got lost in that. If you take this Jiva and Ishvara as real and start looking into it, that how do we understand these two, Maya will come and say, now I'll tell you what it is. And you will be trapped by that. So that's why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also said, never get trapped by the Maya which comes as scholars. They will trap you down there. All the various schools of philosophies are all nothing but creation of Maya. They will, that's why Maya, Branta, those who are caught up in the confusion created by Anadi Maya. Jiva Isho Suvalakshano Manyante. They consider that these two are different. Tat vidasaya shodhanam tayoho kevalam. Tayoho shodhanam is only for that purpose, to inquire into this. So Tattvamasi Vakya is, even though Mahavakya all right, it is indicating the oneness of the nature of Tat and Tvam, and ultimately you have to reject both of them, right? The Tattvam of the Tat and Tvam of the Tvam has to be removed. Thatness of the that and you-ness of the you, or thisness of the this, have to be removed. That is what is called Bhag, not Bhag, it's called Bhagatyaga Lakshana. The part of it has to be removed. Why? How do we remove that if it is real? It has to be understood as Adhyasa. This Adhyasa part is not there with Sankhya's and Yoga. They don't talk it at the, they don't understand the nature of this superimposition. So therefore, here, our Drishtanta I have to bring in, which is already done before the beginning of this chapter. He brings the Drishtanta again. What is that? Ataye vatra Drishtantah Yogya Prag Samyagiritah Gatakashamakakasha Jalakashabrakatmakah Atayevatra Drishtantah Yogya Prag Samyagiritah Gadakasha Mahakasha Jalakasha Prakatmakah. We have seen many weeks back this example of the space, right? Ata, thus, eva, for that purpose of what? Shodhanaya, to inquire, tayoho shodhanaya, kevalam, for that purpose of inquiring into the nature of Jiva and Ishvara, for that only Drishtantaha Yogyaha. A particular Drishtanta illustration is appropriately to be brought in. Prag Samyagiritaha. Earlier we have explained this, but now we are going to look at it from a different standpoint. There it is explained, as you may probably remember, a part which has a space inside and a part as outside there is space. The inside the part, what is there as a space is called Kutastaha or Jivaha or Chaitanya, not Jiva, Chaitanya. So Chaitanya, that is reflected consciousness, which is a limited nature, is found to be within the Upadhi of the part, as like the Upadhi of the part has got limited space. It's called Gata Akasha. Reflected consciousness or Kutastaha is which is considered to be limited. Maha Akasha is outer, which is unlimited. That is what is referring to. What is it referring to? This Maha Akasha. So Gata Akasha is the Chaitanya and Maha Akasha is limitless nature of Brahman. All right. Now the next one he also brought in is Jala Akasha. So in the part there is water. In the water the space is reflected. It's called Jala Akasha. Then next one, that is what is the Jala Akasha, is Jiva. The Jiva that is presently there, with whose presence is possible only in the presence of water. Now, next one is Abrakha. Abrekha. Abre means cloud. Abra means cloud. In the cloud, there are water particles. In those water particles, there is a reflection. That is Ishvara. Abraka Atmakaha. So this way we understand, one is Chaitanya and Brahman. Another one is Jiva and Ishvara. So this is how the illustration was brought in the beginning of this chapter. To know and inquire upon the nature of Ishvara, nature of Jiva, nature of Maya, nature of all that elaborately up to this point has been detailed. Now, why this example is relevant now? That's why he says appropriate. I brought the illustration. Yogya Drishtanta. Now, how is this Yogya? In what way it is going to help us right now? Now you see. Jalabhropatyadinete Jalakasha praketayoho Adharo tu Gatakasha Mahakashau sunirmalau Jalabhrapatyadinam te Jalakashabraketayoho Adharo tu Gatakasha Mahakashau sunirmalau. Now, Jala Abra. Jala means water, which is found inside the pot. Abra means that which is the cloud. In the cloud, there is a cloud is nothing but water particles. So they are all upadis. Upadi means the supporting elements. Jala Abra Upadi Adine Te. These two are depending upon the water in the pot as well as the water particles in the cloud. U Jala Akasha Braketayoho. The space that is reflected in the water in the pot and the space that is reflected in the water particles in the cloud depends upon water and the cloud respectively. Right? In other words, if you remove the water from the pot, what happens to the reflected space? Not there. Similarly, if the cloud which has water particles, remove that, then what happens? Or cloud is not there. Then what happens to the reflection there? That also is gone. So, Adharautu. Now, if you look at it, what is the Adhara for the water in the pot? Pot. Isn't that? Adharo, Tau Adharo is Gata. Gata Akasha, Maha Akasha. Gata Akasha is the pot space is the support for the space reflected in for the water. And water is the support for reflected space in the water. This example is very, very crucial. Similarly, Mahakasha is what holds the Abra, the cloud. And the cloud supports the reflection space there. This is the comparison now. Meaning, anything depending upon something else for its existence is illusion. It has no independent existence. If A is there, then B is there. And if A is not there, B is not there. A is not equal to B because A is there and not there does not depend upon B. But if A is there, B is there. If A is not there, B is not there. Not A is equal to B now. You understand? A is the support. When the support of A, B is there. If the support of A is not there, B is not there. Similarly, if the pot is not there, pot space is not there, there cannot be water. When the water is not there, there cannot be reflection of the space there. Similarly, if the Mahakasha is the support of the cloud, In the cloud is the space reflected. And so, what is the final Adhar? Adhishtan is what? In this example, part space is the Adhishtan in the individual existence, and there it is Mahakasha is the Adhishtan for the Abra. If this is understood, we'll take one more. Then he will conclude how it is to be equated. Evamananda Vijnana Mayo Mayadiyor Vashau Tadadishtana Kutastha Brahmani tu sunirmale Evamananda Vijnana Mayo Mayadiyor Vashau Tadadishtana Kutastha Brahmani tu sunirmale. Evam, in this way, Ananda Vijnana Mayo, Anandamaya Mayo Maye Tada Vijnana Mayaha. Anandamayaha Vijnanamayaha. So in Anandamaya Ishvaraha, Vijnanamayaha Jiva. Where is the residence of Ishvara? Anandamaya Kosha. Residence of Jiva, Vijnanakamaya Kosha, which is a Buddhi, Antakaran. And one is Maya. Anandamaya Kosha is Maya here, because Maya is what is making the Ishvara Ishvara. Without the Maya, Ishvara cannot be there. Meaning, with the support of Maya alone, Ishvarasya Srishti. That way you should understand. Without the Srishti, the question of Ishvara won't come. They don't say that, oh, Maya depending upon Ishvara. Ishvara depending upon Maya. Not that way. Only with the help of Maya, Ishvara is there. Ishvaratvam is there. Right? So if you say that I am parent, I am a father, only with respect to my children only I can say that. If children is not there, I am not there, but I am not there as a parent. So Ishvaratvam will go away. So Ishvarasya Adhar is Maya here. That should be understood that way. So that is Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya is Maya and Vijnanamaya is the Buddhi. So Tayoho Vashau. It depending on that. So Evam Ananda Vijnanamayo Maya Diyoho Vashau. It is under the control or the support of, depending upon Maya and Di. Di here Vijnanamaya and Maya is the one which is for Anandamaya. What is Adhishtanam there for them? We have seen that part space is what? Kutastha. The part space supporting water and water supporting the water space. So it's reflected. So here, what is the space inside the part referring to? Kutastha. And what is the space referred to in the Mahakasha is Brahman. So, Tad Adhishtana Kutastha Brahmani, in that, in Kutastha, the Jiva's existence. Real existence of Jiva is depending upon the Kutastha, and real existence of Ishvara existence on Brahman. So, Veda Adhishtana Kutastha Brahmani tu Sunirmale. Sunirmale. They are both are pure. Now he will have to provide the next step that Kutastha and Brahman are one and the same. Slowly eliminating the false part of it, and then only he will come to the oneness. So this analysis of finding out what is that final one is done only in Vedanta. So everybody stops at Ishvara and Jiva. There it stops. And if you look at all religions, Any religion you take, any religious philosophy, even Vaishnava and Shaivite and all that, they go up to the Jiva Ishvara. To that point they go. But to point out the Adhisthana for both of them is Brahman. That is the standpoint of Vedanta. So we'll see that in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.